When we untap this mana, this will be way better, and now we have a very strong discount. Let's go with Memory Deluge. Like, we are starting to go crazy here. I don't really want to surveil another Apparatus, so I don't want Apparatus on top. See? I knew it will be there. If they tap, we will try to punish it. Oh boy. Oh boy. I mean, I definitely didn't expect this. Thank you. I think they have something and they didn't realize that we'll punish them with Apparatus. This is insane. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and finally Dimir on the channel, this time with Mindsplice Apparatus, the favorite version, and man, this deck not only has infinite value, but basically infinite tempo, and it just crushes other decks. Like, when you get going, there are basically no decks that can challenge you. With hard counter spells you can prevent every play, with Witness the Future you go infinite, and with Robbery, all the sweepers, you are kinda safe from everything else. So the deck is absolute blast to play. Man, we kinda crashed the ladder with this one, I'll be honest, but we will still see some surprises in the video, so I think it will be very entertaining. If you aren't subscribed, this is the great moment to do it. I would absolutely appreciate you on the channel, and with that being said, I hope you'll have as much fun watching the games as I did playing them, so enjoy. Alright, we are on the draw with 0 removal. When I said it, I got scared. But you know what? We have Negate, we have Witness the Future, and we have some draws. Alright, with this, I think we can be okay. We just need to sneak Mindsplice Apparatus, and we should be absolutely golden. Our opponent doesn't look super happy. Alright, let's go. We are getting a little bit flooded. Is there a... Let's play a land. There is a chance, if we draw like 1 or 2 more lands, I think we might go with Raffine Tower cycling. And as you can see, we are definitely getting there. Yeah, I think we'll cycle this on this turn. And if our opponent... That's interesting, because this is the Emperor turn, right? So if we tap, there could be the Emperor, but otherwise it's on our end step, so I think that's fine. If our opponent taps, he needs a White March to go, you know, against the Emperor, or sorry, the Apparatus. So I think it's worth it. Like, if they have it, they will play it anyway, and I don't want to waste my only counter spell on this. Here we go. I mean, they need to remove this, or we take over the game in like 3 turns. They need White March right now in the end. So let's see it. They cannot farewell, it's too early. Oh boy. Alright, here we go. And the game is starting. No, definitely not. I'm considering Witness the Future just because it will give us extremely nice things. We don't get anything from the graveyard, but that's fine. We still have another Witness the Future, or we can always go just huge Robbery, so we don't need to, you know, go infinite. But we'll gladly do if we can. I mean, definitely not the best draw ever. There won't be creatures. I don't think life gain matters. Let's take this one. It's instant, so it's better. We need to be super careful. We need to protect the Apparatus, and if they Memory Deluge, so be it. Well. well. Uncounterable. Well, must be nice. Let's go like this, because then we can negate. So this will be a problem. Our opponent got 1 card in the whole, you know, whole library that actually we cannot prevent in any way. We had full control over the game except this 1 single card. So not super happy about it. We need to resolve it again. But now we can, like, they cannot tap right now. So they cannot play Memory Deluge. Extremely good draw. This is insanely important. Let's go like this. And I mean, we say go. Whenever they tap, we have huge mana advantage over them, so that's great. We don't want them to be able to counter it, unfortunately. So they will pressure us. This will be a problem at some point, but hopefully not now. So we play this, we can counter their counter spell. So they need no more lies, that's the best case scenario, I'm sure they have it, easy. We can force with a negate. This is extremely good card. We can also just go Mindsplice Apparatus. They don't know about the second one. We don't have too much value, so I'm not wasting a negate. I'm not wasting it. So we can play it right now. They know about it. I think we take another damage. Man, like the whole battle is because of this single Otawara. If not this card, we would be rolling over with this game right now. But that's fine. So they want to make a token and add damage to the board, which is smart. Because they need to pressure us into doing something about this board instead of fighting for control over the game. Alright, let's see it. Now we can pay 3, and we can counter one more spell, but we need to resolve this. They cannot double No More Lies. And here we go. Now I won't tap, I need my counter. This is super important. Alright. This is good enough. Unfortunately, we'll probably have to get it through. I cannot get the graveyard. 2 cards. I don't remember the second one. Do I want to get rid of all No More Lies? Not really. I would have to waste my infinite potential because I have witnessed the future here. That's one of the cards I would have to exile. They really want to fight this. This might be their best chance, so let's see it. And I would love them to not fight for it. Alright, perfect. That's really huge. That is super huge. Every turn we are getting like claw around his neck. Sure, I think that's fine, right? Like we have way more value, but we need time. We just need to counterspell everything he plays that threatens the apparatus game plan. This is okay, this is too slow, like this won't matter. After the sweeper they lost all the pressure. I cannot cast Memory Deluge because bad things can happen. When we untap this mana, this will be way better, and now we have a very strong discount. Let's go with Memory Deluge. Like, we are starting to go crazy here. And No More Lies is still great for them, because it taps a lot of mana. Like, we're basically fighting on mana right now, only. And I'm playing this because I don't think I played a land. Do we go with 3 steps ahead? That's an interesting one. They had a very good counter spell. That's not amazing, but it doesn't exile, so I'll take it. In the end, they still need to resolve everything, and we can always go for this Memory Deluge. Flanker. Nah. They want to kill us before we get full value from this, and also exile Memory Deluge. We don't have triple blue. That's actually a problem. I didn't pay attention. I wanted to go Memory Deluge in the counter spell, but it won't be possible. As you can see, he's really fighting for this, and we need some decent draws, because we can absolutely remove it, but it will be a bit hard. We can go like this. We will pay 1 life. It's worth it. No More Lies is their best case scenario. Let's see if they're good at magic. That's okay. Man, they are stuck. Like, man, this is anti-control variant of the deck. It's way too greedy, generally. But that's fine. We should still be ahead. So we can kill this, and then start going with Memory Deluge, right? And I want to overload their mana on their turn. Also, if they want to pump it, they need to pre-combat phase this, and that means we get even more time. Right, so they're going for the token, which is a good choice. Single point of mana. We need to be really careful, because we will have probably 1 counter spell on this turn. Our opponent knows exactly what we are going to do, and I mean, let's see how many counter spells they got. The counter spells are only thing keeping them in the game. Alright. Let's go for this one. And force them to top deck another one. It was quick. Alright. Here. Wow. Alright. I really kinda expected something better. But I guess 4 lands is a thing. Let's get those. We'll decide later. Alright, we get, man, 5 lands from the top. Definitely a good way to not give us advantage. Alright, let's get another, because our draw absolutely sucked. Alright, that's something, that's a start. That is a start. I really want to have a lot on this turn. We could go Mirex, but it's not great. Sorry, I need to think. Our last chance to get the value is this. We can discount up to 5, right? So we can basically cast it for 2 mana with countering spells and drawing cards. That's pretty good, right? It's 2 mana. So we can make another play. If we play untapped land, we can deadly cover up on this turn, but I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. I think we go Restless Reef here. Because that threatens the attack on the Emperor on the next turn. And we cannot just trade this for a loyalty, because our draws were not amazing here. Definitely. So we have a long way to go. They have the Anchorages, so we need to be careful here. And we can use this as a blocker, right? But it probably won't work with all the Field of Ruins. Alright, that's it. Would be great to draw something good. Okay, this is the card. So with this, we will win the value game. We just need to survive right now. And honestly, I'm not sure if that won't be too late, because they have the Anchorages. However, they don't know what we have. I will definitely go for the Evidence. Alright, I guess with this, this is nice. What can we exile? Negate is great, but we have more 3 steps ahead, right? Okay, this is the play. I guess go for the Throat is better then, because we might draw Witness the Future soon, so you know, we need to be careful about it. If they want to fight, man, they have insane amount of counter spells. They have like 4 different counter spells target. Like, how do you fight against aggro on the draw with this, man? Alright, that's fine. That's fine. Single point of mana has been used. They left the mana, so I assume they have more. Man, we absolutely strong-armed this guy. And I'll be honest, this version is super focused on beating control decks at the cost of worse aggro matchup. And man, we still beat them. Alright, definitely not great hand. We don't have too many lands, we don't have Mindsplice Apparatus, however we have Virtue and March. And with being on the draw, we should hit the lands at least. So I'll take it. I think, especially that if that's not aggro, we should be absolutely fine. Like, I'm just analyzing every game like I'm playing against aggro. But we would survive against the aggro, and against all the other decks, we will probably win, man. Our hand is insane. So yeah, it will be hard to hit this. Marsh needs to be cast for 5 mana to get rid of this, and we won't hit with this because of sorcerer speed. However, we have our cool Field of Ruin. So let's see, is that an Emperor or a token? 1 token incoming. That's fine. So we will take blue mana here, because we might start stacking a lot of Memory Deluge during 1 turn. A counter spell is very nice. Okay, this is absolutely Memory Deluge turn. We want to keep developing. I need more mana. This is not perfect because they will have more Mirexes. But I really want this Memory Deluge on this turn. Soaring. They will draw a card, so I have to negate it. Alright, that's unfortunate. That is a little bit unfortunate. So they have Planeswalkers. There is a chance that this is Orzhov Planeswalker deck, so in that case March is amazing. Not very efficient though. Sorry. This is a big deal. If I go Virtue, I cannot cast Memory Deluge, even if I draw a land. Alright, I absolutely don't love this play. I think it's not very good. But we are under so much pressure by, you know, forcing us to cast a counter spell. Okay, with this draw I think everything is fixed. But we need to avoid white marches. They will be a problem, and I'm not sure if our opponent plays those. So do I just smack Apparatus and hope they don't have a march? Yeah, that's it. If they have it, that's fine. They need to cast it immediately. Emperor is not a problem at all. I love it. And if that's everything, I couldn't be more... I wouldn't even counter it. If I could. Right, I really want to start playing my, you know, mana. So we are I tell you, man. Oh my god, Shuffler, what are you doing? Literally, 1/4 of the deck. Alright. Man, those are insane cards, but will we be able to play those? That's the only question. I should be able to win with this hand, so let's take a counter spell. Robber is amazing, but it's just so slow, man. I don't love it. Missing land means we cannot counterspell, which was the whole idea. I did not realize that we can miss in top 4 cards, but apparently Shuffler had a different mind. They might go with this, but we're at 22. It's not a good play, it's not a winning play. This might be the only play they have. So we basically have this game, and the only problem is Shuffler stacking basically the same amount of Apparatus as I get lands. I have 3 Apparatus and 4 lands. I play 26 of those and 4 of those. One third of the deck nearly. So no, it's fine. But I'm kinda at the point where I need to play this to hit my land drops. This is completely not how you play the deck. But I have to, man. This is the only way I will get there. And I nearly missed again. Oh my god. That's crazy, man. I'm not even fighting this guy. I'm just full, like, you know, epic legendary battle against the Shuffler. And my opponent is doing some stuff in the background. Alright. Shuffler. Our battle will be legendary. Mindsplice Apparatus discount is such a big deal. No lands. Still no lands. Do you think if I cast this, I will hit my lands? There's no chance I will miss it, right? Again. Like, I basically have only lands right now in the deck. Alright. We hit a land. Okay. That's a first success since like 4 turns. Alright, back to the game. What's going on even? I don't need to kill this. I probably will have to kill the Emperor right now. I don't think we'll pay too much mana. We'll just go probably with 1. No, man, this tap was absolutely brutal. Alright, so we go for 3. Alright. And we kill the Emperor. I guess, yeah, 3 steps ahead if anything. I didn't do a full math, but we're just going with this. With all the Path of Pearls, we don't care about those tokens. The last problem will be Fortress, but the small life gain still helps. I mean, I tell you, if the land drops weren't so off, this guy would be dead in the waters right now. But we will get there. We will get there. Unfortunately, we need 1 more turn before we can cast Memory Deluge here. Raska. And that's why you need the open mana. Can I do this? You know what? We are doing this. If I can. Yep, I absolutely can. Here we go. I just need more mana, and I will get it with Mindsplice. Yeah, our opponent knows that he is no match for our deck. The only thing keeping him in the game was Shuffler completely destroying our opening. And as you can see, that even wasn't enough. We are like stacked with value, man. I think it will be Mono Red on the play with extremely good opening. Alright, here we go. So far, I guess so good, but we'll see. I mean, we have really nice cards, but it all depends what combination they have. We cannot play Path of Pearl yet, and that means they will have a chance to, you know, buff something. Let's go. I should do it a little bit better. I should pass the turn immediately so they don't see a removal. I kind of did it pretty nicely here. Ah, they probably seen the stuff. Alright, so they want to go to the damage. Sure, go for it, my friend, my red typhoon. And because we have Path of Prayer, right? So we just want to sweep everything. Enjoy. It's not over, but it's a good start. Because they're on the play, they generally have so much tempo advantage. Like, we don't have Mindsplice Apparatus yet. Alright, with this, if we can get the Mindsplice Apparatus, in 2 turns we are winning the game. They cannot whiff on this turn. We take this. Don't forget they have the Foundry, so we need to start stack a lot of answers. Thank you. I think they have something and they didn't realize that we'll punish them with Apparatus. This is insane. Like, with this, I think we won. Moment we get a single point discount, the game absolutely, you know, turns over on its head. Perfect though. Thank you, Shuffler. Now we go like this. 1 mana, life gain. They can kill it, but I mean they waste 2 damage to prevent 2 life gain, so it doesn't really matter. And yeah, and now we are starting to get into the sweet, you know, mid game and soon end game. Absolutely, my friend. I think we can eat one of them. If he casts more, I will probably start countering. This is a problem. Go for the Throats won't hit it, we need Black March. But it's also pretty slow. It also enables the Memory Deluge. If they pumped it, we can counter the pump spell, just not the artifact creature, you know? With this, I think we should be kinda fine. We should hit March soon. That's fine. That's actually pretty okay. Like, on 7, I could start countering stuff. I think we go like this. The Virtue won't hit this, but, you know, we are slowly getting somewhere. Alright. Alright, I think they will do it again. But I won't negate. I won't, like, if they play any creature that isn't Misha's Founder, it's great for us. I basically life gain 1 by this. Alright, that means they don't have any mana, which is huge. So that guarantees that we are at 4, back to what, 6? That means we can go Memory Deluge here. Here's the March. And I mean, I really want the land, honestly. I could go for another Negate. It's either land or Negate, sorry. I need to think about this one. This will decide the game, probably. So we kill this. Yeah, I really think we want one more. Alright. I changed my mind, alright? I think that we should be able to play the whole hand on 5 lands and Mindsplice Apparatus. Let's go for Virtue. And we want to make sure that we can negate every burn until end of the game. This will be considered. We are so insanely stacked with value, and we don't want to get rid of any black cards. Our opponent thinks that he will win with this. Oh, my friend. This might not go as you thought. So this is 3, 6, 7, 8, cause why not? Let's send them message, you know? Oh, I need... now I forgot the number. So this is 3, 6, and 8. And we get rid of one of it. Right? I did it right. Perfect. They have Chorus mana, which is not enough to cast literally anything from this deck. And here we go. Yeah, we were having 4 counter spells and yeah, and the removal, and they didn't even see it. As you can see, this deck just overpowers everything. Alright guys, man, we are going first with counter spells and apparatus. We need to roll with it because it has potential. We definitely rely on next draws a lot. We have a lot of holes in this hand that we need to, you know, plug in a little bit, but it has a very good potential. I want to sneak Mindsplice Apparatus because before he realizes what's going on. I don't really want to surveil another Apparatus, so I don't want Apparatus on top. See? I knew it will be there. I knew it will be there. This is legit the worst draw of the deck because I don't want to draw the second one, and if I discard it, he sees what I play, which is even bigger problem. Man, just call the card, it's there. I have to take it just because of, you know, not showing my opponent is so important. I guess when he counters the first one, I guess that's something. Man, what a great hand. 3 counter spells, double Mindsplice Apparatus. But you know what, I'll take it. So this is a cool situation. Our opponent thinks that it's about Mirex, but in reality, it's not. This is mono blue. We will let them discard first. We assume that Gene will happen. So they think we are going with the Mirex plan and try to pressure them. In reality, it was Mindsplice Apparatus, and they have no way to remove this in their whole deck. Man, we are literally crushing the weather of this deck. Alright, so let's start. We will go with a swamp. Let's not show that we have blue mana. We won't be able to cast 3 steps ahead on this mana because we will lack the double blue. Extremely bad draw, the worst one in the deck. Absolutely dead card. Alright, with this draw we just became a little bit behind. But our opponent is probably super stacked with value. I'm not sure if that's perfect. Okay, this is insanely good draw. So as you can see, we are just in between extremely good draw and extremely bad draw. And if they play Jace on the next turn, we will absolutely regret this play. So let's force them. Negate is amazing, but we need a land for the next turn. Like, it's too important. We might be forced to play Memory Deluge on the main phase. Jace? I mean, if I said okay, I mean, it's not as bad, but it's also extremely terrifying. So here I think we go for the throat. We need to be mana efficient, and we keep up Negate for their next play. With this we kinda negate Kaita for a while, but absolute punish. Man, I tell you, whenever I say like this play is great except this one situation, it's like 70% that this will be the one situation. This feels like an Emperor. They definitely play a lot of Planeswalkers. Let's go with Field of Ruin. They need a moment before they can get cards with this. Alright. If we can, you know, mitigate the tempo they got from this play in like 2 turns, I think we can fully stabilize and try to start outvaluing them. But without Mindsplice Apparatus, definitely a bit harder. So they're discarding lands. It seems that they have way too mana, which suggests they might not have enough. You know what? Let's go like this. They can play the Emperor. But it's a problem. They want to stack loyalty on this. So let's sit. Emperor is annoying, but something we probably can deal with. And this also taps them fully, so they probably don't want to do it. 6 mana for Memory Deluge into Negate is kinda big deal. Ah, this is huge deal. They wanted to make a token and threaten drawing cards. Alright, good. This...
You almost stopped me that time.
Thank you, Kaito. This kinda suggests they don't have the Emperor because it would be such a great block, but maybe they just didn't want to tap out. We'll see. Memory Deluge at the end step? They definitely have this 4 mana for something, right? Maybe not. Maybe not. Alright, we would love to kill Kaito. Man, they got so much value from this card. Even cycling is insane. Like, this is an extremely big deal. I think it might be such a big deal, we might start going full Mirex just to force him into a sweeper that we can counter spell. I think that this might be our strategy. Normally you want to fight for value with Memory Deluge, but we don't have good plays here. And they approach the Emperor into normalize, so that can be problematic. However, slowly but surely we're going around Kaita. If we can solve this, the game would really go into our direction. Maybe not super quickly, instantly, but we are getting there. All right, that's okay.
I've been watching your moves. Impressive.
Right, so they discard lands and remove one because this doesn't really hit anything here. I'm keeping Field of Ruin on his Mirex because this feels like a slow deck, so they probably play some. Alright, potentially the last draw. Man, they got so much card fixing from this. But that was the price. They got the best roll on our, you know, basically no guard on turn 3. I mean, Jace would be better, but other than Jace, I mean, that's a decision. They might not even play Jace. I'm not super sure, but this is a Jace slot basically, right? Problem for them is that if they sweep the board, I guess lockdown is nice. I want to force them to do something. And now we can keep counter spells. Do I want to Field of Ruin? We have a lot of colorless mana. We only have triple blue, but I think that should be enough. Alright, show me. This is a big turn. Potentially we can get rid of Kaito. I could hit his face, but I don't think it's a great deal. And they will probably try to protect it. It's super important for them. Uncounterable. Perfect. Well, Otawara is definitely my doom today. Like, whenever I have full control over the game, they just, yeah, you cannot counter it. Still, they need to sweep the board, and we're just waiting with those counter spells. If they play Kaito, they have Sunfall mana, but that's it. So it won't be easy for them to replay it. So they replay it instantly. Alright. Man, I hope they don't have double No More Lies. I'm going for mana efficiency on this turn because this turn is super, like, how do you say it? Sensitive. That's the word, Sloth. And I want to make sure that I can pay for... Why not, right? However, we're kinda prepared for this one. I mean... They will make a token? No, the phase out. I don't think it's... Like, I think we should go like this, man. Let's counter... I mean this, why not? We will get some card advantage, which is nice, especially that Path of Prayer doesn't seem very important here. So let's scrap it. We basically drew 2 extra cards. I need a counter spell though. Let's play the untapped land. I think this is turn for double Mirex. And now we can start attacking his face. Starting with 3 poison is not a situation where you want to be in. I'm not using Memory Deluge because I want to be fully reactive. Huh, that's an interesting one. So they should make a token, right? And then we can double Mirex, get them to 7 poison, but they untap with the Fairy. That's not great. After this and Memory Deluge, we have still 3 mana, so I think we need to change the strategy a little bit. Good at Magic, what can I say? Just an extremely good player. I tell you, man. So we counter this, because not only it plays around No More Lies, let's go like this, but it also allows us to add to the Mirex. So they need a negate here, or they cannot counter it. Let's see if they are good at Magic. They are also good at Magic. I tell you, man, just a question of draws here. Unfortunate, absolutely unfortunate.
The entire multiverse is at stake.
If
I won't back down.
draw a card, I'm all for it. Alright, so that's it. They won't be able to make more plays, so let's go for the Mirex. Alright, we play the land. And I mean, we are not fighting the Fairy here. It's not worth the damage. We need to go for the face. I mean, we are kinda going for the Fairy, but it's not exactly the same. Man, I want to win. Our opponent got the best answers at basically all the steps. Kaito into Negate. So he used both of the holes in our gameplay. But he's under so much pressure. Even if he sweeps, I think he will make a token right now. Maybe sweep first. I don't want to see lockdowns. Depopulate, alright. This is interesting. Because we man, I'm a Mindsplice Apparatus deck, by the way. Sure.
Nobody knows the past better than me.
It's hard to know which direction to go here. We can just go Mirex, but it feels like a losing play, to be absolutely honest. I think we're fighting for control again. I think that's the play. Let's see. They have only one counter spell. March is nice. Robber is also nice. That means we can play the Raffine Tower. That also means we can tap fully. If they normalize, that means the fairy dies. And with Robber we have decent value. Alright. I need a lot, man. I need to recover. Like, this was not our best opening. And we need to absolutely go around stuff. I cannot make sure that everything sticks because I don't have counter spells anymore. So this will be important. I'm not sure how to play this, man. Otawara is nice, but we have so much value that I think we just need extra mana. And we should go for 4, I guess. They might draw cards in response. Man, if they have... What card do they have? No, they can get back Kaito at the end step with the Charm. I kinda used those decks over a year ago. And it's kinda nice. It's kinda nice. I don't love the fact that we don't have any way to go around his stuff. Right, I need to think about this. I think if we try to march the fairy, it won't work. I don't know how, but it won't work probably. If we pass the turn, they won't do anything. And just untap with the fairy, drawing extra cards. And we will be in some serious trouble. So far they didn't have 3 mana card draw. Also, if they cast it, we can resolve a lot of stuff. Like 5 mana robber, it's something. I'm not sure about this play. I don't think it will win the game, but I think I have to try. Oh my god, it went through. Thank you, Magic. Thank you, Magic. Alright. So it is possible they have no more lies here. This definitely feels like it. Because they hesitated, but in the end they did nothing. That's how we play with no more lies, I guess. So that means that we can also pay this 3 mana and start stacking apparatus. They had farewell, right? I hope they play 1, and we probably cycle it. Even though we have so many mana sinks, I'm not sure if we'll have time for it. Avoidant. Alright, fair deal, definitely an Esper tool of choice. Not super happy about it, but it's fine. Oh boy, what a turn! What a turn. 3 damage to the face. We need to kill this at some point, but with all the go for the throats, I don't think this should be a big deal. Yeah, I will definitely cycle a card here. Feel free to cast anything at the instant speed. Consider is nice. Alright, and I think now we have some advantage. This is a nice draw. If they tap, we will try to punish it. Oh boy. Oh boy. I mean, I definitely didn't expect this. Alright. So, do I have to go for this? To make sure that I draw something? You know what? Let's start with Consider. Because we might just go for the throat. I don't think we drew any of them. No? And March. Not as good as I hoped. I think we need to treat it really seriously and just really go for it. This is a game-winning play if our opponent gets it through. Are you serious? Well, with this we probably lost. Are you serious? No go for... Did I not draw a single one? There was one. Man, I'm half deck through... Oh, with this we probably lost. Virtue doesn't do anything. It has to be Deadly Cover-Up and potentially Consider. I could get all the black cards though, right? So I can take 2 black cards, then go for oh my god, I don't think I have enough. Right? This is 6, and this is 7, and this has 8 toughness. Are you serious? Even if I exile everything, it won't be enough. Oh no, I wanted to take Consider. I didn't realize that I already had one card match. If you hit the second one, it automatically takes them. I thought it's the first one that, you know, that I'm hitting. Alright. I really don't think we'll win with this, but we'll try. Man, are you serious? Alright, but that was a very cool game. I don't think we'll win this. Not at this point, it's too far gone. Like, our opponent had exactly the place at every point in the game to punish perfectly what we are doing. You know, from Negate and Kaito into Voidrent, even Teferi was a big hassle. We never got the time to recover, really. We will start. With that, cover up and see what happens. I don't think anything will happen, but you know, we need to go. No, not. I need to make sure that the mana is right, because the tapper might get us here. Let's get rid of this and the 2-drop. Or a 3-drop, I guess. Go for the throat can be useful later. We have what? 5 mana only? Yeah, I don't think there's any chance. They need to not have a counter spell somehow, and I don't think it's possible. Yeah, they don't need to even do anything. Yep. Yep. So we go for 4, and then they win, right? If I tap card, if I get rid of those, okay, let's go. It's not amazing. If I go for 8, this is 4. I mean, this is perfectly it, and it will get countered. And then we lose, right? Alright. I think that's what we have to do. Our opponent just had insanely good opening against what we had. Like, this is extremely off-meta build, which is fine. I really enjoy this kind of stuff, but our opponent just never whiffed during the whole game, basically. Alright. So I mean, alright. Let's go into the outro. Honestly, I really enjoyed the last game. I was a little bit sad because I really wanted to win it. But that was a great game. My opponent, I think he played very, very smart. There were some key decisions in the game. So for example, I stopped going Mirex completely. Maybe that would be better, but I really think that if not the draws that really didn't go our direction, we would outvalue this guy. However, he had enough to just stop us in the tracks and kill Mindsplice Apparatus instantly when we finally drew it after a very long time. So no, a bit unfortunate game, but I think that was an entertaining one. Hopefully you enjoyed it. So yeah, tell me in the comments how you liked it. And I mean, yeah, what about the deck? I'll be honest, this is probably my favorite Dimir, just because it scales so hard. And you know, in Azorius you have things like Emperor that completely punish your opponent for being passive, especially like Emperor. Here we have something else. Apparatus is this card. Whenever your opponent feels that control is not threatening at all, he sees Apparatus at dance step, and he knows that he's gone. This card with a single oil counter completely transforms your deck into a huge beast, man. What you can do with a single counter on Mindsplice Apparatus is just absolutely insane. 1 mana hard counter spells, drawing cards infinitely. You know, with few extra you get the robbers. You can start casting them at 2 mana. The usual pattern of playing this deck is that you play Apparatus and you are basically like a king of the hill, basically, you know? They need to kill you in 2 turns because your power will be limitless. And if you wanted to be a lich, probably that's closest you will get in standard. So extremely fun playing pattern. Also with this card you can absolutely outvalue all the other control decks because you are going infinite. You don't have 4 no more lights, however you have 6 hard counter spells, and that means with Witness the Future, if you have the time to do it, you can just go completely infinite, and with Memory Deluge you get even more. With Robbery, moment they tap in between the turns, you just go for 10 or something, and that means when you untap you will never lose anymore because you stole their counter spells, so they need to kill you in 1 turn. So there are a lot of cool playing patterns with this deck. Something I was wondering, like originally I didn't start with Consider, that doesn't have synergy with the deck basically, so it might seem like an off choice, but the idea was that I really wanted to hit my correct cards. Early game, I needed lands, I needed sweepers, removal, and against control, you need those, negates and 3 steps ahead. In reality, you pay 1 mana for 1 card's extra selection. So, it's kind of big deal, especially that you can use those cards with Witness the Future and just take the ones you need for, recycling, basically. But, this is a kind of decision, basically. You can go impulse, or you can get something like quick study for card advantage. I went with this one. I wanted to be consistent on the early game because I think that's something maybe we don't usually go for too much, and I kind of liked it. You never are set to see consider, basically. So yeah, that's kind of the deck. I really am happy that we can showcase Dimir again. It's been a while, and honestly, even though the deck is not rotation proof, man, this is absolutely fun to play. Like, you get so much stuff, and with the marches rotating, the deck will definitely be weaker in the in the post-rotation format. So we also won't have Path of Pearls and Witness the Future. So a lot of parts of this deck that are super enjoyable will disappear. So this might be your last chance to play it. Alright, I'm rambling, but it's Dimir, so it's kinda a given, right? I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, this is extremely fun archetype to play, so I hope it will be the same for you. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.
With